On September 15th, Apple announced the 6th generation Apple Watch. Even though Watch 6 is very much like Watch 5, under the hood Watch 6 brings new features, changes and improvements. It has the new 64-bit dual-core Apple S6 SiP with U1 chip, real-time altimeter, bigger battery, larger Taptic engine, better always-on display, and it can measure your blood oxygen level. It comes in aluminum, stainless steel, titanium, yet no ceramic. Which is a shame because by far the most beautiful watch is the ceramic Apple Watch. I wanted to use this watch for a while to be able to release a more accurate, more experience-based review instead of relying on specs. So I guess the question is this 6th generation Apple Watch any good? And here it is! Apple Watch comes in this nice... Oh, excuse me for 1 second. Well, happy Halloween everyone! Apple Watch 6 comes in this nicely designed box. Inside the box we're greeted with 2 other boxes, one for the watch, the other for the band. Compared to the previous years, the box seems a lot smaller. But it can be even more smaller. Look at the wasted space in this box. Inside the watch's box we're greeted with some papers, charging cable, no charger, and the watch in its protective case. The first thing that caught my eye was the beautiful back design. Behind every Apple Watch is an Iron Man arc reactor-like design that keeps changing by every series. This is the new Graphite stainless steel watch Series 6, and if you ask me when it comes to the looks, compared to the ceramic Watch 5, it doesn't even stand a chance. When it comes to the bands, I have the new loop and the braided loop here, and they are both really comfortable, and we will be talking about them later in the video. As of today, I think Apple Watch 6 is a little ahead of its time, or maybe it's not its time yet. Actually, let me put it this way. According to Apple's roadmap, I feel like Apple Watch 6 is where it's supposed to be, but all the other things that got delayed because of 2020 is holding Apple Watch 6 back. We're not seeing its full potential. First of all, my iPhone thinks that my stainless steel Apple Watch is aluminum. This is actually a glitch and Apple says the fix is on its way. But right now, while you're setting up your watch, even though it shows it as stainless steel, after the setup it is displayed as aluminum. I don't know where my Apple drama tech channel's at. Come on. You can eat bread from this. This is good. This is good stuff. It happens to every stainless steel watch. Second, when we go into notifications, normally down here, we have announced messages with Siri. Let me show it to you. This is how you wear 2 watches at the same time. Let's go to notifications. At the bottom, we have announced messages, but not on this one. I mean, if you're gonna go and call my stainless steel watch aluminum, that's one thing. But if you're gonna go and ding into my AirPods when I receive a message, we have a problem. In case you don't know what announced messages feature is, it's when you're wearing Apple or Beats headphones and you're outside, you're doing your stuff, doesn't matter. While you're wearing them, when you receive a message, you can choose Siri to read that message to you. And after she reads the message, she waits for your reply. So you can reply immediately without saying the magic word to trigger Siri. And she or he, whatever you picked, sends the message. It's a fantastic feature. Your hands are full, you're coming back from shopping, you receive a message, did you buy this? And you're like, oh, I forgot, I have to go back. And then it's very, very useful. And I feel like it's gonna come back to this watch with a software update, but it seems like we have to wait a little bit. Except for Force Touch. Force Touch is gone. Now we have Long Touch. Force Touch was a really useful feature that I loved, and now I have to learn to live without it. Now I'm sure you heard Apple Watch 6 has some new features, and one of them is blood oxygen. And measuring your blood oxygen is very simple. You just select blood oxygen in your menu and then you hit start, and it counts down for 15 seconds. And it gives you your blood oxygen measurement. The beauty of this is you can trigger it or it can measure your blood oxygen by itself. We also have always on altimeter, more accurate compared to watch 5 and the ones before that. As you can see, it is here, and if I go closer to the camera, it changes like that. Now I want to go back to Cocoa Trail. We can't go anywhere. These are all great for tracking your health. I love it, especially the new feature that we got with watchOS 7. It's not only on Watch 6, but it also came to the other watches. The hand washing tracking is really nice feature. And when it comes to watch faces, we have a lot of new watch faces that are really useful, but for some reason, my favorite is the Animoji. I don't know. I used to use this and would get a lot of information just by looking at it, but now I like this. You tap on it, it does something, it interacts with you. That's what I like right now. When it comes to battery life, compared to Series 5, the battery lasts longer, the battery is bigger compared to Series 5, but also with watchOS 7, the battery on my Watch 5 started draining a lot faster. Actually, with iOS 14, iPadOS 14, and the watchOS and the tvOS, everything is a little buggy right now. It's not as bad as when iOS 13 was released, but we still need to iron some bugs. So I feel like in a month or so, all this is gonna start working properly. So I feel like when watchOS gets fixed, I'm gonna have a lot more battery life out of this guy. Yes, you. Talking about battery life, I changed the way I charge this phone. Usually I would go to bed and put everything to charge, including my watch, my phone, my iPad, whatever. Now I want this watch to track my sleep. I have my sleep schedule set up. This looks at my vitals as I'm sleeping, and then I wake up in the morning, it tells me how much I slept. And then I put this watch to charge. Because I'm working from home, putting that watch to charge right now is not a big deal. I charge it while I'm doing the dishes. Usually in the morning it has 45 to 55% battery remaining, and it takes 1 to 1.5 hours to charge. And that's a pretty long time if it's gonna be a busy day. I would really like to see faster charging on Apple Watch. First of all, you may be hearing people say, hey, our phone charges from 0 to 50% in 20 minutes. That doesn't mean the phone charges fully in 40 minutes, because it cannot charge at the same speed the entire way. It has to slow down, otherwise you may have a bad time. And it goes for the watch too. So while you're charging this watch, about 70%, it can charge only so fast. But I still want a watch that is charged from 45, 55 to 100% in 20-25 minutes. And when it comes to health app, the health app itself is a little untidy for me, and the sleep part has very little information. I mean, it tells me about why it's important to sleep and stuff like that. This health app has a lot of information. It's just, to me, it looks a little untidy. And with the sleeping, it's recommending me sleep apps, but I don't want to get another app. I don't want another subscription. So I wanted this watch to give me really good sleeping information by the time I wake up. You turned a lot, you did this, you punched the wall, you spoke in your sleep, you said stuff. And it feels like in time I'm gonna give up on the sleep tracking because I'm not getting much out of it, and I'm just gonna start charging it as I go to sleep. But now let's talk about my biggest expectation from this watch that is not here yet, and that is the U1 wideband chip. Wideband chip is a big deal, and it does a lot. It basically gives this watch spatial awareness. I think what happened was, since Apple tags got delayed, maybe they're going to be announced with the iPhones very soon, we are waiting for this feature to be activated. Because what I'm guessing that we can do when the U1 chip does what it does is, when we want to know where our phone is, it's not just gonna ping our phone, or when you hold it down, it flashes, but it's also gonna direct you where your phone is. And this goes to wherever you put your AirTags, to your bicycle, maybe to the new BMW car, your cat, your dog, your friends. And I think that's where the full potential for this watch is laying. It's waiting to get out. The new processor, 64-bit dual-core Apple S6 SiP system in package, is faster compared to the Watch 5 as we expected. But while I was restoring compared to Apple Watch 5, it was far behind. Now this may be because of the signal pollution I have in this house, but still it lost. The Taptic engine in Watch 6 is bigger and you actually feel it. You feel it better compared to Watch 5. And always on display sometimes looks better than Watch 5, but it's not something you will immediately realize. However, a feature I use a lot is instead of triggering Siri, I use Race to Speak, and it works 70% of the time with Apple Watch 5, and it worked almost every single time with Apple Watch 6. Tell me a joke.
Okay. Pun alert. Does this bus go to Duluth? No. This bus goes beep, beep, beep.
When it comes to band, the braided loop band is my favorite compared to the regular loop. They're both really nice, but the braided loop band is very comfortable. I think it's stretched maybe a little bit after a while, but it still keeps its size. The regular loop is nice, especially when it gets wet. It gets dry super fast. The braided loop doesn't dry that fast. I have 89% battery, and I'm gonna put my phone into the airplane mode. So now we're 100% relying on the watch. We are switched to cellular mode, and now we're gonna just walk around and see how long this lasts. Start recording outdoor walk. Outdoor walk, here we go. All right, it's recording outdoor walk. Let's call someone. Let's call a random number. Call my wife.
Calling Joe. Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me nice and clearly?
Yeah, actually, can you hear me? Because I'm talking through my mask.
I hear you pretty good, actually. I don't think this is enough. We should give more tasks to this watch. Take me to 8760 West Sunset Boulevard. It says be safe. Navigation on. Exercise on. Let's start walking. We've been walking for 33 minutes and we have 82% battery remaining. Now I like to talk about what I wanted on this watch. We have a lot of features, but there's still some stuff I want. For example, I want group walkie-talkie. We need that. We need to have a chat amongst more people, not just one-on-one. We need more people. 2, a mini browser. We have sort of a browser in. If you get a text and you tap on a link, you see that we have a mini browser in the watch, but I want it as an app, and it doesn't have to be great, but something there. And also, I would like to have a different way of arranging the apps on my watch, and I like to call this the Beehive Stacks. So imagine some apps gathered here. Let's say categorize them in the messaging apps, the phone call apps, and then the health apps in another corner. So I can stack them, for example, here, some of them here, and then the other part here, and they are easy to find. I don't want folders because I know folders are gonna get confusing again. And the last thing is the ceramic watch. We need that back. No rush, calm down, but in time. Thank you. We made it, we're here. After a 15-minute walk, we have 78% battery remaining. It looks like it's doing good. It's almost like we're reaching a level where we can absolutely leave the phone at home and just be fine with the watch itself. I mean, if I wasn't really tracking myself and I was just wearing the watch regularly, the battery would have lasted a lot longer compared to what we're doing to it right now. Let's walk some more. We've been walking for 1 hour and 41 minutes and we have 61% battery remaining. I think that's pretty good. In the end, I loved Apple Watch 6. It is definitely the best Apple Watch out there. It takes my watch experience to a new level. If you have a Series 5 Apple Watch, I wouldn't say you should upgrade, but I wouldn't stop you if you choose to either. After all, this is one fantastic device. I just hope the updates arrive soon, so we get to enjoy this amazing technology in Apple Watch 6 as soon as we can.